welcome back to Breezy's World. I'm Breezy. Today I am introducing Little Miss Paisley to you guys, and I'm going to also do the labor and delivery story time because there was a gap in between the labor and delivery video, and so I wasn't able to record, so I said I'm going to share with you guys what happened in between that time because everything happened just so fast. So before I get into story time, I just want to introduce Paisley to you guys. You tired of me, huh? She turned 1 week today. She was born 6 pounds even, but she lost weight, of course. So she's now 5 pounds 13 ounces. Hey, 17.5 inches. She's just so adorable. She has 2 dimples. One is deeper than the other. Her name is Paisley. Her middle name is Jade. She has 2 middle names, but I just say the first one. So Paisley Jade is her name. She has freckles on her neck. So adorable. So adorable. Not her cheek, because her head. Let's get into the story time. I told you guys that they have put Cervidex, I think it's called Cervidex, near my cervix, and it was to help soften my cervix. So I was clueless to this. I didn't know anything about Cervidex. I just knew when you get induced, they use Pitocin, and I knew Pitocin gives you contractions. It starts contractions, which is to help open up your cervix to deliver. Sean and I kept saying, oh, she's gonna come Wednesday night, like 7 or 8 p.m. because we knew that things weren't gonna get started until I had got the Pitocin. And like my aunt and my mom, they had came with us that night, but when the nurse had told us that she was gonna put Cervidex in first, and I had to keep that inside for 12 hours, and then they were gonna do Pitocin, I had told them, you know, what the schedule was, because I knew that they had plans the next morning, and I just didn't want them to be sitting with me and nothing happens. But I was so pissed because everything happened so fast and so early. I had her at 8:55 in the morning on Wednesday, and I'm like, oh my God, like my mom and my aunt could have been here with me. I even told Brooke. I said, just come here after work, and then I might be, you know, ready to push. You really don't know how long it's going to take you to deliver. You don't know how fast the Pitocin is going to start working for you. So that's why I was like clueless to everything. I just kept thinking, oh, I have a long day ahead of me. But it was like, no, honey. I was sitting there having back-to-back contractions. And I'm like, I thought Pitocin was supposed to give me contractions. So I'm like, what the heck? And I wasn't supposed to get Pitocin until I think between 9 and 10 o'clock, because then I would have made it 12 hours since I had the other medicine inside of me. Like I said, I didn't know what Cervidex was. She just told me it softens your cervix. I didn't think it was going to start contractions. I just thought Pitocin was going to start contractions. Around 7:30, I just felt like the contractions were starting to come like back to back. And they were getting stronger. I was like, I don't think this is right for me to have them this strong and this close, and I haven't even started the Pitocin yet. And if I have to take the Pitocin, like, what the heck? So I started telling Sean, like, I can't deal with this pain. Like, I need an epidural. And he was like, well, she's not going to give you any medicine until she gives you the Pitocin. And you have 40 more minutes. And I'm like, no, I cannot wait. Like, I feel like something is trying to push out, and I need an epidural. So I had called her in and I said, can you help me use the restroom? Like, I just needed her to unhook me from the machine. And so she was like, yeah, honey. And so I told her, I said, is it too early for me to have an epidural? So she told me, well, I have to take out the medicine in 40 minutes, and then I'll check you, like, as far as seeing how far I've dilated. So I kept thinking, I probably dilated maybe 2 centimeters, which would make me 4 centimeters. She saw that I was in pain. When I came out of the restroom, she had a paper for me to sign for me to get the epidural. And she said, I'm going to give this to, I forgot what they call it, people that do the epidural. But she was going to give it to the person or whatever. And then she told Sean, she said, so Dad, when they come in, we're going to need you to leave out the room for 20 minutes. And then she checked out the chart, the contraction chart, because they hadn't been, they weren't checking my chart. And so she had finally took a look at my chart. She saw, like, you know, how strong they were and how close they were. She was like, you know what, let me check you. So she checked me. She was like, oh, honey. And I was like, what? And she said, you're 7 centimeters. And so they start to panic when you're like 7 centimeters or more, because I remember when I was pregnant with Drew, I came in the hospital when I was 8 centimeters, and the girl was like, I don't even think you're going to make it to get an epidural. When you get an epidural, it actually slows down the process. When she realized I was 7 centimeters, she ran out to the hall and she yelled down for the lady, and she said, I need an epidural, please hurry, she's 7 centimeters. Sean got up and he put his coat on and he was like, well, I'm just going to leave now and I'll be by the car. As soon as he said that, I just felt like this pressure, like something was trying to come out, and I kept thinking it was my bag trying to burst, and I was like, I felt like I had to poop, like bad, like I couldn't hold it. And so I was trying to hold it, but I couldn't, and I was like screaming. I wish I could have, like, even if I couldn't record myself, if I could have just like audio record me, I really wish you guys could hear it, because I was in there. I'm a very quiet person. Even with having contractions, I'm very quiet. And I just turned into a whole nother person at that moment. And I got so loud. I didn't think I could get this loud. And I was like, I have to push. I have to push. Something is trying to come out. I started pushing without anyone being in front of me. I couldn't hold it. So I pushed. And then the lady ran back in the room and she checked me again and she said, she is ready. She is ready. And so all the nurses just came running in. The doctor came running in. They were fixing the table and everything. And she said, Dad, okay, I don't need you to leave. I need you to stay. I need you to stay. So Sean came to the rail and he was trying to help me. And that's when it hit me that I was not getting an epidural. I was like, wait a minute, I'm not getting the epidural. I have to do this right now. The doctor was like, it's time, you gotta push. Like, the doctor sat down and was like, okay, push. And I'm like, wait, I want an epidural. Like, I'm not trying to feel this right now. And so I just started panicking. I was like, there is absolutely no way I can deliver a baby without having any medicine. Like, you guys are crazy. I cannot do this. I'm sitting there screaming, and I'm like, I can't. And she's like, you're doing it. Yes, you can. You can do it. You feel that contraction. You can feel the baby, like, making its way down. When I felt the contraction come in, they were like, push. And I just started pushing. What would help me push was me screaming. I couldn't even control the screaming even if I wanted to. I was so loud. Sean said I screamed 3 loud times. And here comes the baby. It didn't take me long at all to have her. I feel like everything, that gap that you guys missed in the video, I feel like that gap was like maybe 7 minutes as far as the doctor coming in and them having me push. But if I was to say from the moment that she had checked me and saw that I was 7 centimeters and until I delivered Paisley, I would say that was 13 minutes. So between 7 to 13 minutes was when all of it happened. It's like a mental thing. My mind was distracted because my mind was confused. In my head, I was thinking the Pitocin was going to start the contractions, which were going to make me open up and deliver. The Cervidex I thought was just there as a prep for Pitocin. I didn't think it was going to start contractions and I was going to end up having a baby before I can even get the Pitocin. And so that's where my mind was like lost and distracted. And so I was able to deal with the contractions for as long as I was, because in my head, I just kept thinking, at first I thought at like 3 in the morning, I kept thinking, oh, I'm having Bryson Hicks, but they're coming with cramps at the end. And then I was like, okay, I'm having contractions, but they're far apart and they're not strong enough. And then when they were like back to back, I was like, okay, something is wrong. Like, something is wrong. But I by the time I realized I couldn't take the pain, I was already ready to deliver. Delivering without any medication is that the process happens really fast. The delivery part is very quick. I didn't rip. I didn't get any hemorrhoids. This is actually the best recovery I've ever had. Minus me having abdominal pain, but that's because of me doing too much after I left the hospital. Everything just ended up way better for me this time around, so I'm happy that I did do it without any medication. But at that moment, y'all, I was scared. I'm not playing. I was scared. I was like, there is no way. This is the labor and delivery story. I hope you guys enjoyed. I want to thank each and every one of you that have prayed for us, because y'all know I was stressing out during this pregnancy. You guys have prayed for me. You guys have been so positive in the comment section. You guys reached out to me. You guys have done a lot for us, and I just want to thank you guys so much. We appreciate y'all, and I'm just so happy to share her with you guys, because you guys have been with me since the beginning of my journey. So why wouldn't I introduce her to y'all? Sideways, love you guys. We'll see you soon.
Oh, I can't even talk.